Hey, it's Temestral, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk, and my passion is trucks and SUVs. If that's your passion too, make sure you hit subscribe, click the bell, and smash the like button because you love this video. It's about trucks. I got 4 trucks for you today. We're here in Off-Road Park in Pennsylvania. They have 375 miles of off-road terrain here. This is a huge off-road park. I have a Ford Ranger, a Jeep Gladiator, a Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro, and the end I have a Chevy Colorado ZR2 Bison. So I have 4 very off-road capable trucks. I'm going to do a series of videos on these, so you may watch this intro a couple times. I apologize for that. I'm going to put the Gladiator versus the Ranger. I'll put the Gladiator versus the Tacoma. So click on the one that appeals to you, and you'll see it. I'll also do one mega video where I'll put all my notes together so you can watch all of it at once, depending on what you want to view. So hey, pop the top, pour a little bourbon in your coffee, sit back, relax. We're gonna get fired up and do some reviews, quick drives, and well, some off-roading, which is awesome. We're gonna do some off-roading with these trucks, and I'll tell you more about each one as we get going. All right, for the Tacoma, we have the Brilliant Blue. This is 2019 model. This is the TRD Pro. We do not have the optional desert air intake, not a snorkel. Really cool styling on this. I have the roof bars on there as well. Come around the back. We go TRD Pro there. And you can see we have the bed rail system. We actually have the GoPro mount here set up as well. It connects right to the bed rail. We have the bed extender on the back. TRD Pro, it's all blacked out. We have a bed step as well, and this TRD Pro. And we'll come around, we'll do the interior. This is a crew cab setup. This is the issue I have with Tacoma quite a bit. You'll see this in the video. The A-pillar is pretty sloped, creates a little bit of an entry-exit issue. We have the interior that's supposed to resemble kind of like a bike handlebar setup. Big screen. We do have 4-wheel drive. It's going to be right there, push button. We do not have crawl control in this, but we have a locking rear differential and A-track system. If you're familiar with that, we have the manual transmissions, which is interesting. I've never driven that before. It'd be interesting to see that. And we have the rest of the interior. We have the TRD Pro stitching on the seat too. This gnarly machine is the Jeep Gladiator Rubicon. We can see we have the biggest off-road tires here, I believe, out of the group. We have some Falcons, Wild Peaks. All these tires are aired down. These are down, I think, the 15s. The Ford is like 20, Tacoma is like 20, and I think Colorado is like 18. We have the trail rating badging. Rubicon interior. We do have the top off there. You can take the top off and the sides off as well. Trail Trek Tours where we're at today. Come around the back, and we have the big tow hooks and the Jeep badge on the back. We have the interior of the Jeep here, and we have the nice red interior on the side, the accent colors. Big screen. We have the manual 4-wheel drive. Instead of buttons and stuff, we have the lever, manual transmission in there, and we have the locking front and rear differential. And we have some auxiliary buttons you can add to us later, and we have off-road different modes and sway bars. And then we have the nice Rubicon stitching on the seats, and again, open air. Move along. We'll do the Jeep Gladiator, 3.6 liter engine as well. What's interesting about the Gladiator, you'll notice, is the alternator is up higher. It allows more water fording depth. That's where they get that from. Because the biggest thing water fording is air intake, and it is electrical components like the alternator. Coming over here, we have the Tacoma D4S V6. This is a D4S is their port and fuel injection. It's direct fuel injection. They have a port and they have another way to inject it to reduce carbon buildup. One of the fun facts with this is you can kind of see right back there, there's all that metal shielding. Catalytic converters back there, and what that allows them to do is they tuck it in there so you don't have people cutting off the catalytic converter and taking it off and leaving you high and dry. It's a cool thing they've been doing. All right, we're in the 2019 Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro. This is the prior generation. They have a new one coming out 2020. Big changes are the raised seat, army green, and new infotainment screen that's basically the big changes. This is like I said, the TRD Pro. It's built from the learnings that they've done in the Baja Racing. Toyota Racing Development is what TRD stands for. And they've had Ironman Ivan Stewart on a team. They've taken a lot of knowledge and built this truck. It is known as the bestseller in the segment. It's, as far as Tacoma overall, it's very bulletproof as far as reliability. This is a pretty good price point. I'm off the top of my head, I'm thinking it's mid-40s probably with all the trim and packages.
I just happened to look up, it was $42,970.
Right, so we don't have prices on these, which is kind of weird, but we have information like that. So as far as off the top of our head, I'll give you some off the top of my head pricing, which I'm sure you'll correct me below in the comments. I've always thought the Tacoma, and I've done a video on this, I've always thought the entry-exit is... I've always thought with the Tacoma, it's got a really bad entry-exit. I know it's got different viewpoints. I'll link to a video above I did on that. And it's just because of the shape of the A-pillar. So once you get beyond that, whether you fit in the vehicle or not, that's the biggest, I think, obstacle for a lot of people. Beyond that, the complaints I've heard with the Tacoma is the 3.5 liter is kind of a dog. It's not great on open highways. It doesn't get off the line very fast. And this isn't the most fuel-efficient vehicle either. So it's a little bit of a concern area there that I'm sure Toyota's going to address. And as we go down this hill...
Just because you can't see, the root rocks are a little loose on this right side, so as you hit this, they're going to pop a little just...
Oh, yeah. And Nicole Wakeland here from Boston Globe, she's helping out with the... making sure we don't lose anything else. I did break a step on this, which I missed.
We're down one step.
Yeah, I'm unfortunate.
It's kind of sharp on the right. Let him slide down. Let me down on you because...
No, we're doing window up, window down.
I'm trying to see out there.
This is a very adventurous driving situation. So let's do real... So if you're watching this video, I'm going to do a real quick recap of each 4 of these vehicles versus Tacoma, or 3 of them I should say. So Tacoma, real fast. Reliable, stylish. I think the exterior is cool styling. Interior is pretty good, decent styling as well. Off-road capable, very much off-road capable. Does come in a manual. It's awesome. Yeah, no steps. You got to build it the way you should build it. Okay, in the Jeep Gladiator, which is just an appropriate name for this vehicle because it is the Gladiator today in our trail track tour. It is just a beast off-road. You do have all the Jeep Wrangler heritage added to with the bed in the back.
Yes.
We have the top off. It's a lot of fun. Woo! The only, you know, I could lavish all sorts of praise over this Jeep Gladiator, and it'd all be true. I mean, it's just got cool technology, great cameras. They thought of everything in this. It's got great payload. It can tow as well. I'm just going to cut the bull and give you the 2 downsides of this vehicle. Number 1 is that if you want it to drive like a Jeep Wrangler, it's probably not. It's going to drive a little bit like a Jeep Wrangler, but it's longer. It's just a longer vehicle, so your breakover angle is a little bit different. Departure angles, I think the departure angle is the same, but the breakover angle is a little bit different because of the length of the vehicle.
If you're used to driving a Wrangler and you think you're going to hop in this and it's going to drive the same way, you're going to be sadly mistaken.
Sadly mistaken, yes. The other downside is it only comes in 1 cab configuration and only 1 bed length, which is kind of a problem for some people. And the third thing is really the only big downside to it is the price.
It can get expensive, and it can get expensive fast.
Yes, it can be a very expensive vehicle, and it's definitely, to me, as much as Jeep tells me, it is a truck, and it can do truck things, it's really a lifestyle vehicle. And I'm okay with that. I'm totally fine with that.
I love this. I love this thing.
Yes.
I want to call it a truck. I want to call it a Jeep. I think this is great. And because you have this whole open everything, and you can rip the doors off, and it's... So it gives you this ability to have something that really has truck capability, but then you can off-road, but it's just fun.
It is.
It's just a lot of fun. Driving today is fantastic, but are any of them this fun? Hands out the roof fun?
Yeah.
You can't do that.
No, they're not. I mean, they're capable. So, like, we're driving all these trucks today, but this was definitely the one we saved for last vehicle I'm driving because it's the easiest drive of all of them. This is just a point and go. There's nothing here I'm nervous about.
We just did the loop. We've driven 4 trucks now, and we did this one sort of complex section a few seconds ago, and I've driven it in 2 vehicles, this and one other. And then the other truck, it's fine. It's like the truck handled it, but I'm steering, and they're a little left, little right, little left, little right. This one, he's like, little left, okay, go. Like, you don't need any direction. It just does it. It's like, it's got it.
Yeah, it definitely has that. So this Tacoma versus the Gladiator, the Gladiator, it's a Jeep through and through. It's got tons of off-road capability. That Gladiator is aimed squarely at this TRD Pro as far as competitor. it's a pretty cool truck, and you have the diesel option there as well coming soon. And so you have some really good comparisons there. Now the Gladiator is a more expensive truck. You have less cab configurations that you can get, less different bed lengths you can't get. So you're very much you're gonna have to buy the style that you want in that Gladiator. You can do the top, so you can get the off-road, you can get the open air feel to it. But that's tough competition. The biggest thing the Tacoma has over the Gladiator is going to be simply reliability. Jeep Wranglers do not have a long history of good reliability, and since the Gladiator is basically a Jeep Wrangler with a box and a bed, that's your differences. Okay, so let's talk about this Jeep Gladiator versus Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro. Oh, windows up.
Hello.
Puddles up. We're fine.
I couldn't tell. Should probably put that up for a little bit more.
Window, yeah. All right, so let's talk about this Jeep Gladiator versus the Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro.
Okay.
So we have a little bit more of apples to apples. Not quite, though. I just feel like the Gladiator's got a little more... je ne sais quoi. Is that the old thing I could say? It's got just a little bit different. I know. I'm like, this is a fancy farm boy. He paid attention in high school. But I feel like it's just, the Gladiator's just got that little bit more. It's just got all that more off-road goodies. Mm-hmm. It's got more off-road feel to it. It just feels more off-roady.
I can see people cross-shopping the Tacoma TRD Pro in this. I can see that happening because they both have that more rugged, outdoorsy kind of, I might actually do stuff in my truck, you know.
Right, right.
They both genuinely look and feel that and can do that, so I can see that. They're a little closer. That one's, I think it's more refined almost, like this is a little more rugged.
Yeah, definitely. This is more rugged. I mean, I think this is more capable in a rock crawling situation. I think the Tacoma is much better in a desert racing situation. Price point, you know, definitely the Tacoma is much cheaper than Gladiator.
And also the on-road drive. This on-road, if you're driving it like for a long time on the highway, it gets a little loud even when you close everything up. Right. And it wears on you in a road trip, and a really long road trip on this. And after a certain amount of time, you're just... You hear the road noise, you hear the wind noise, you know you're in a Jeep, you know. Right. Where you're not going to experience the same thing. We took the Tacoma out for a pretty good drive and didn't feel that yesterday. Yeah, it's just a different kind of vehicle. I mean, you could cross shop them. I think, you know, the last statement I'd say is reliability. Tacoma is known for reliability. Jeep Wrangler, well, not so much. No, it's a lot of fun. So I think those are kind of, those are pretty much your differences there. Yeah.